Glen Hockley from WHSN Radio, and I have the opportunity right now of speaking with one of the greatest kings of rock and roll, Bo Diddley. Is this your first concert in Maine?
I don't think so, no. I played somewhere else up here, but I can't exactly remember where. They got a place somewhere up here they got a place up here somewhere called the Red Barn, or
I'm not familiar with it. Played in Bangor, maybe?
Could have been, I don't know, man. It's been about 3 or 4 years ago, you know.
How long have you been in the business now?
18 long years. Beautiful years.
You've done a lot of concerts with Chuck Berry before. I understand you're pretty good, close friends with him.
Yeah, that's my running partner. We're pretty tight, you know.
What kind of person is Chuck?
He's a nice guy. You just have to get to know him and understand him, you know. He don't take up with too many people, and I can say, and it's an honor to me that I'm about one of the only dudes that he'll take up with, you know, and talk to, you know, and I
understand he's a very temperamental person.
Well, I wouldn't say temperamental. He's a businessman. He's strictly businessman, and that's what I dig, and I've learned a lot from him, you know.
Yeah, well, there's no business like rock and roll business, right? Would you tell me how you broke into the business yourself?
Well, it's kind of weird, you know, but it all came in 1955 when I got into it.
Is Bo Diddley a real name?
No, Ellis.
Ellis?
Mm-hmm.
And how would you compare rock and roll of the 50s to today's version?
Well, everything from year to year either advances or decreases or whatever you want to say. And I'd say every generation's got its own thing. And this generation that's here at hand now, the kids that are playing the acid rock that has now been kind of slowed down with the return of rock and roll to the scene will probably jump on the bandwagon once again and dilute. I would say dilute because I don't know any other term to use. Dilute the old system of rock and roll and update it a little bit, and it'll probably be neat, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot more instrumental participating in the concerts nowadays.
Nice.
Yeah. Who influenced your music, would you say? Who influenced your music?
No one really influenced me, but John Lee Hooker, you know.
Who's really into blues himself.
Yeah. But I once said that if that dude can play, I can. And every time I tell him that, you know, he cracks up. He's got a weird thing going, man. It turned out to be a monster.
Yeah, he's played with Canned Heat now, and it's really a big change for him from small cafe blues.
That's
you know.
it.
Yeah. Well, it's been very nice talking with you.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Right now, I have the pleasure of speaking with John Lee Hooker, one of the world's greatest blues guitarists. And right now, he's here in Bangor, Maine. Portland. And I'm just going to speak with him for a few moments. John, you normally use an Epiphone guitar. Would you explain what the guitar is so unique?
Well, yes. I got an Epiphone, and I got a Gibson 235. Expo. Matter of fact, I got 2 Epiphones. And they're 2 Gibsons. But I like to use my Epiphone. I like it so much. And this is my first time here, I think, in Poland. I think so. I was in Boston last night. We had a very good time.
Blues festival.
Yeah. Along with me and Billy Caldwell, I guess you know him. Luther Johnson, which is very good friends of mine. Tonight, I'm here tonight with another 2 good friends of mine, Bo Diddley and Chuck Berry, which all 3 of us is old pros. We've been on the road for a long, long time. And I've been knowing Bo Diddley for quite a few years. All those blues singers.
So you're one big happy family, in other words.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be. You've been recently jamming with Canned Heat on record and on stage.
Yes.
Who will, by the way, be appearing March 2nd here in Bangor.
Yes.
How long did it take to get different feelings of music to blend together
Well,
harmoniously?
not long, because they was doing my thing long before I really played with them, and before I really even seen them. But they analyzed my music so much and they admired it so much until they had my style really down when we did get together to jam together and make this album that we did together, which wasn't no problem because they know my thing, and them and that great harmonica player was living then, Al Wilson, which I think was one of the greatest. And he was a genius in music, and I really enjoy playing with them. I'm not, we go on tour a lot together, and we did a thing together about 2 weeks ago. And we all live around the California area. I live around San Francisco, and they live in LA.
So you're a long way from home right now, I'd say.
Yes, I am. Long ways. So we're going to take a European tour in June.
That should be really good.
Me and Canned Heat, we're going to do it.
What countries are you going to hit?
We're going to hit England and Switzerland, Denmark, Copenhagen, country like that.
Well, that should be really nice.
Yeah, probably Germany.
Change your pace.
Yeah. So I haven't been there in about 3 years. They've been trying to get me back over there for a long, long time. But I just couldn't find the time to do it. I'm going to do a thing with the Rolling Stones whenever they're in town when I get over there.
Wow, that should really be dynamite.
Yeah. So, well, we've been trying to get it together for quite a long time, but we just haven't had time to really get with each other to get it together. From now they in one place and I'm in another, busy, we ain't go ahead. But we really wanted to get it together. They really want to do it with me, and I want to do it with them. So that should be a dynamite thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
because they're all friends of mine too. I know when they first started, I was over there. I used to almost live in London, And so when they first got started, they used to, go down with me and used to bag me over there, the Storm.
That's quite a backup group.
Yeah. And then them and Georgia Friend, Eric Burden, and Animals, and all.
That goes way back.
Yeah, well, that was the time.
Yeah,
that goes way back. So it should be very interesting whenever that happens. It should sell a lot of records.
Mm-hmm. How would you define the word boogie?
Well, really speaking, I'm the one really to created the boogie. Long time back when I made a record called Boogie Chiller. Now that was for your time. You never heard it, but the thing that we're doing now called Boogin, the Canned Heat and the and when I did that, a lot of other groups started copying that style, that beat,
Right, like Canned Heat.
Yeah. And so that was a very big album, that Hook and Heat.
Yeah, we played on our station quite often.
Yeah. And then I made another called Boogin' with the Hook. I don't know whether you heard that or not.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just a big album. It's been out for quite a while. But my son playing organ on that.
You've been touring a lot with rock and roll revival concerts.
Yeah. Which I dig it, I do my thing.
You characterize Chuck Berry as a person?
What?
How would you characterize Chuck Berry as a person?
Well, I've been knowing him quite a long time, but I know him, and I played with him, and I've been in his company a lot. If anybody don't know Chuck, he might seem cold. He really not. Not to me anyway, but you got to really get to know him. But I had to really get to know him before I really found out the good part of me in him. He's a good person, but you got to get to know him. kind of a nervous type of person. He likes to do his thing and just make it, you know. Otherwise, he's a good person, you know. But you got to get to know him, and we have worked together a lot, me and him, and I think he's a very good gentleman.
One last question. How would you compare rock and roll of maybe 15 years ago to today's interpretation of it?
Well, rock and roll is nothing like as big as it was 15 years ago. 15 years ago, that's all stood a chance, rock and roll. The blues didn't stand a chance. If you couldn't play rock and roll, you know, you might as well forget it. But now rock and roll is really have went out a lot. And the blues have come in strong.
Yeah, it is. It's really
big. It's still coming strong. 15 years back, a lot of kids didn't, you know, dig blues.
Now you see the labels full of blues performers now.
Oh yeah.
Record labels.
Yeah, everybody trying to play the blues.
Right.
So which is a good thing for our old timers that in it.
And the only people that have the blues are the rock and roll performers, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the rock and roll performers, because they don't have it like they used to have. Like them guys, like we didn't stand a chance of a blues singer too much. All the rock and roll singers, you know, things like that, the pop singers, they had it, so had it gone. So, but now we got it going now, and I think it's here to stay. Oh yeah, it's here to stay. I can feel it, you know, because all the kids and got into it.
And you must be pretty happy that you're the foundation of it all.
Yeah, well, I am. I'm pretty happy and thankful, and I really love people, and I love my fans. I try to be very loyal to them, and most of them are very loyal to me.
Would you do me a favor? Would you say hello to a couple of people for me?
Yes, I would.
Okay, his name is Allie.
Oh, Alan?
And Ed.
Oh, hi, Alan. Hi, Ed.
How you doing?
And so, I don't know what y'all doing now, but I'm sitting here talking, and I'm enjoying the conversation, and I dig it, and I dig the blues, and I dig people.
That's
and I hope you dig me.
That's John Lee Hooker all over. Thank you very much.